Minoxidil is a drug used to treat high blood pressure, okay? So one of the main side effects of this when it was taken orally is hair growth. We don't take it orally. We use a topical solution such as this one. And what it does, it slows or stops hair loss and promotes hair growth. That's why I use it on my eyebrows. See? Is it harmful? As with any other drug, it may not be for everyone. There could be side effects for a certain type of person. So if you have super duper low blood pressure or allergic reaction, you may as well consult your doctor so that you may use this. Are there any side effects? Common side effects include itching, redness, irritation of the treated area. So if you put minoxidil on your eyebrows, most probably that could become red if you over applied it. Since there's alcohol in some formulations, this could cause dryness. One of the non-active ingredient here is propylene glycol, which may cause dryness as well. If you have low blood pressure, it could lower your blood pressure. So please check with your doctor first before using, okay? I am not responsible for any mishaps that could go along with it. Minimal unwanted hair growth on certain areas exposed to minoxidil. And in rare cases, hypertrichosis or the super duper growth of hair everywhere else. So basic questions that I found here which may or may not be related to minoxidil. Okay, so are you certain that your new eyebrow growth is due to minoxidil treatment? Well, first of all, I would not say that it is purely because of minoxidil, okay? I actually use this only as a supplement to hair growth. It makes it faster. Because if it's just because of minoxidil, well, I wouldn't grow any hair at all, right? Can a girl use it? Actually, the main reason I made this video is because there are women with just one strand of hair on their eyebrows. And since minoxidil grows hair, and I'm going to show you like a picture right here at the corner, which shows me with my different eyebrows. Well, not that one. Not that one either. Okay, that one. Okay. Now that was the thinnest it has grown. Actually, I plucked it and that was the thinnest it came. Can I use minoxidil to grow my brow to a different shape? Of course you can. Actually, I'm growing it to a different shape. I'm actually putting here so that it will not that much of a triangle. Do you have to use minoxidil permanently for the eyebrows not to fall out? Of course not. Since the eyebrows are usually not affected by alopecia androgenetica or male pattern baldness, if you stop using minoxidil like I did right here at the bottom of the brow, can stay there. Actually, the hairs here, the thick ones, those are caused by minoxidil, but I don't use it on the solid part of the eyebrow or whatever. Actually, this one is filled, but whatever. It's thick, but since I still have sparseness there, I don't want it to be solid black. There we go. Minoxidil make eyebrows grow where there is little to no hair. Of course it will. It will make it grow if you need to. If hair is super thin or you don't actually grow brows there, as in it's not the super duper thick strand of hair, that will take a bit longer to grow. Does minoxidil make you shed more eyebrows first, like using it on the scalp? Well, it depends on person-to-person case. But for me, I didn't have any fallout during the initial application. Just give it a few days. But if you keep on shedding hair, you may as well stop. Does the 2% work well? 2% solutions will work well, but since it's a lower solution, it may take longer. The advantage of this is there's less irritation. Does this help to grow your eyebrows thicker? Of course. Duh. How long did you pluck your eyebrows? I've been plucking my eyebrows since second year high school, which is about 10 years from then. I accidentally shaved a part, half or more than half of my eyebrow. Can anyone give me advice? I don't know. If you're watching this video, you may as well watch something else, right? Is it okay for women to use 5% or do we have to use 2% as labeled? Well, you can use higher concentration, but as I mentioned, it might be irritating to you, but it's up to you. If you're willing to take the risk like I did, used 5%. I had a little itch, but it went along well. So is there hope? Well, if you're going to look at my grow your eyebrows back video, I said I think there's hope. My brows are super thin. Will this work? Dear, it will, okay? Will minoxidil fully grow my eyebrows back? That depends on what you did with your eyebrows, okay? If you wax the whole thing, most probably that will grow back. It will just hasten the growth of your eyebrows, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee that it will grow your eyebrows to how it looked like before you plucked, shaved, or whatever ever. Okay, will minoxidil still work even if I have been plucking for several years? I have been plucking for 10 years, so therefore that's more than several. So, will minoxidil work if a follicle is dead? It depends on what you define dead, okay? Because if you have some scarring, like I have a scar on my knee, there's actually a hair growing there. I plucked it, I shaved it, and it still grows. So therefore, depends on what type of scarring you have. If it's a super duper deep one that it affected the whole hair follicle, well, it won't grow back. You know, it's worth trying. Will minoxidil work on uneven eyebrows? Of course it will, because mine are uneven. On alternatives. So, is there anything similar to minoxidil that I can use? So far, I haven't found any other chemical formulation or natural formulation that will assist you in eyebrow growth. Is using vitamin E creams effective? Tocopherols and tocotrienols, as well as other vitamins such as B3, B5, and B6 will assist in hair growth, but these are only proven if you do them by intaking it. Okay, so you do not apply it by just rubbing it on your skin and oh my gosh, there's hair already. No, it doesn't work that way. On purchasing, okay, how much does it cost? So if you live in the Philippines, I might as well tell you the price. So the lowest that I found is $395 for 30 ml, $495 for 60 ml, and that's at Santa Lucia East Grand Mall. So that's approximately about $8.78 to $11. So I'm going to show you, it's this brand. Okay, so it's Isaac Minoxidil. So if you're using another brand, it might be more affordable or more expensive depending on where you are. I'm embarrassed to buy Minoxidil, okay? So I don't know what you should be more embarrassed about. You don't have eyebrows or you're just going to buy a simple one bottle, okay? They won't ask you your personal identification, whatever, ever. So is it very expensive? So for me, it's not very expensive. Well, it may be pricey. It's about almost 500 pesos. But this bottle can last you for more than a year or two, depending on how much you put. But I bought this 2 years ago. Correct, 2 years ago. And yet, it's still with me. And I think it's still half full. So therefore, if you want it, I can give it to you. Just kidding. So where can I buy Minoxidil online? Okay, so the first place you can buy it is at www.regain.co.uk. And the other one is www.rogaine.com. Okay, the others you have to research it by yourself because I am not Google. I don't do that work for you. So where can you purchase Minoxidil? You can purchase it over the counter at your local drugs or at any hair care section of the department store or your local supermarket. Okay, I live in another country. Where can I buy Minoxidil? So I don't live in another country, so therefore you would have to do research on that yourself. So I live in the Philippines. Where can I buy Minoxidil? Okay, so in the Philippines, as I mentioned, you can buy this at Santa Lucia East Grand Mall if you live in the Cainta, Rizal area. But if not, you can find this at your local Mercury Drug, South Star Drug, or your Watson's Drug. On application, can I leave it overnight? Okay, as I mentioned, you can leave this overnight. Actually, the time I made the video Grow Your Eyebrows Back, I was preparing for bed. Okay, so you can leave it overnight. Can you put makeup after it dries? It depends on what type of makeup you're telling me. Okay, if it's powder based like eyeshadow or brow shadow or whatever powder, you can apply it on your eyebrow. But if it's like let's say moisturizer base or liquid base, I might not suggest that to you because if not, it could actually scatter and you could grow unwanted hairs. So do I gently rub it on or just pat it? Here's my boo-boo in my first video. If you're going to apply it inner corner of your brow, you can go in a circular motion because hair here doesn't grow in a certain direction. But if you're growing it here, you may apply it in a rubbing motion according to how your hair grows, because if you do the round motion, it will actually make your hair grow in a weird direction. Do I have to apply it daily? Of course you have, if you want to see results as soon as possible. You have to apply it twice a day, one at morning and one at night on a clean face. Okay, so make sure that you leave it on at least 7 hours for it to take effect. Do I have to use the brand that you use? Not necessarily, but if you have it, good for you. Do I rinse Minoxidil after putting it on? Hello, this is a drug. You have to keep it on your skin for at least a few hours for it to take effect. But for maximum results, use it for at least 7 hours. Okay, so my skin is kind of dry after using Minoxidil. Can I use moisturizer after? No, please do not. If you're going to do that, you might as well grow hair everywhere else on your face. So there's a white film on my skin. After applying Minoxidil, is that normal? Usually a white film is present if you rub Minoxidil on for such a long time. You actually rub it too much, okay? Let's just put it that way. Using Minoxidil leaves a burning feeling. Is that normal? So if it's your initial reaction, so basically this one is warm on the skin. If you're going to apply it, it might be as well warm, but if it has been burning for such a long time, you might as well discontinue using the product. So what type of Minoxidil do you use? I use Isaac Topical Solution 5%. So on results, did you initially lose hair so that Minoxidil can regrow the new hair? Of course not, because if I initially lost hairs, I wouldn't have a brow, right? How long does the result take? Cases may vary depending on how Minoxidil reacts with your skin. Okay, for me, I can see hairs grow within about a week or two. They're so small that even if you're looking at the mirror like I'm doing right now, you won't be able to see how they look like. But after about a month, you can see that actually here, they look like strays. But if you want to see full growth, I saw mine after 5 months, but for you, I cannot tell. If Minoxidil is causing new hair growth, is it also terminal hair that will grow or vellus hair? If Minoxidil will grow your hair, that's considered terminal hair because you don't grow vellus hair here unless it's part of the brow, that hair which is not super duper developed. If you use this product, how long does it take for eyebrows to grow back? As I mentioned, cases may vary. So is there a good chance that using Minoxidil will make my brows as good before I started shaving, plucking, or waxing? It depends because if you pluck for 10 years, well, like I did, it will depend on how you plucked it. Actually, there are so many factors, but if it's initial plucking and then you decided that you wanted to grow faster, well, this one could possibly grow your brows back to how it looked like before you started plucking, shaving, or waxing. So were colorless hairs growing before the actual hair grew? So on the first few weeks of hair growth, well, actually, you're going to see that there's, it looks like a clear strand, but actually, the pigment or the melanin, whatever, I'm not a scientist here. It will grow, it will actually go on after a few more applications or during hair growth. So when will you show your results? I have already shown my results. So other questions regarding Minoxidil. Does Minoxidil cause macular degeneration or blindness? This was one of the threats that I actually received on my YouTube page, or rather on the page of Grow Your Eyebrows Back. If you're using Minoxidil, you do not put this on your eye. Please do not put this on your eye, okay? I'm only telling you to put it where the skin is or where you want to grow your eyebrows back. I'm not sure if it can cause blindness because if I apply this and some went in my eye, I could have actually been blind now. Do you have to keep buying the product every time it expires? Of course you do. You do not use drugs if they are expired, okay? But since this one has a long shelf life, it said that it is manufactured November of 2010, but it expires on November of 2015. I'm not sure if you can see that. Do you still use Minoxidil to maintain your eyebrows? Well, for the main part of the eyebrow or this part right here, I do not use Minoxidil anymore because I don't want my hairs to be super thick and super long. So, does Minoxidil affect fertility? Well, as per research, I found out that fertility studies in rats have decreased litter size through oral doses. Well, this is through oral doses. Basically, we are not rats, okay? So, I do not know. So if you're afraid of not giving birth or you're not afraid of letting someone give birth, I suggest do not try this anyway. So does Minoxidil work for eyelashes? Well, I have tried this on my eyelashes. I didn't see any growth within 1 week. And do not try it on your eyelashes. It burned. I have tattooed my eyebrows. Will Minoxidil still work? Actually, basically tattooing is just putting a deposit of ink on your skin. I don't think that this will affect your hair follicles. You may want to try it as well. If there's hair over your eyebrow tattoo, you may as well try that. If you are pregnant, please do not use this. Some of the risks of fetal harm is low if topical Minoxidil is administered. Check with your doctor first, okay? I am not a doctor. I'm an MD, PhD. Mukhang doktor, pero hindi doktor, okay? Okay, upon discontinuation, new hair growth stops and restoration of pre-treatment appearance may occur within 3 to 4 months. So, upon analysis of this statement, I found out that this case happens to people with alopecia androgenetica. If you have a certain disease that causes you to lose hair, I'm not sure what you call this, hair loss here alone, but you still have your brows intact, well, it will not affect you in any way. I will make sure that all of the information that you want is here, but just in case it's not, please post, comment below so that I make sure that I can compile again your questions for the first quarter of this year, okay? So, till my next video again, okay? See you next time. Bye!